I'm Melissa Devlin, and I'm going to show you the basics of Educreations today and how to create a tutorial on Educreations. Okay, so here's our Educreations app, and if we go into it, here are several lessons that I have created. I mainly use my Educreations so that my students can see a lesson, something that I might have to repeat 3 to 4 times a day. It's something that I would put on a slide, and I would just have to say it once. My students would review it, and then they could go home and review it. And it's faster. The students like it because they can rewind. I don't have to repeat myself. So that's what I use it for, just to introduce maybe a small topic and for review. Here are several lessons that I created. They store in your app. If you wanted to create a new lesson, you go into New Lesson, and this is your whiteboard. And up here you have several colors. If you double click the colors, you can see different colors that you can choose from and put that onto your palette. You can write with your finger. I choose to write with a stylus. The only downfall is that it doesn't have an eraser, so if you write something, it's going to stay on there unless you use the back arrow right away. Say I wanted to do a lesson on triangles. Okay, I could tap anywhere to write triangles on the screen, and I can make the font whatever size I want, whatever color I want. Okay, purple. And then maybe I wanted to put a picture in there. I can go to the web, or if I have a camera, I can search triangles, and all different kinds of triangles come up. So maybe I select one, and then that's automatically inserted, and I can move it around and do all different kinds of things with it. On your Educreations, once you have your page set how you'd like it to go, you can start to record. If you hit the record button, it will record your voice and any movements that you make on the screen, but you cannot rewrite over it. So if I start talking, whatever I say is going to stay on there. I can't rewind to start talking again. So you need to be sure of what you want to say. A couple other features of it is that you can duplicate the page and whatever you write on it by saying duplicate page and ink, or just duplicate page. As a math teacher, there are a lot of good different kinds of paper. So I can choose to make my paper graph paper. I can also choose to make my paper a coordinate grid so that my students can graph points, whatever I want to do in order to help them out. You can add, I've never met a limit of how many pages that you can add, but I'm sure there is one. And you can just continue to add pages or duplicate pages by arrowing over. And if I wanted to record, I would hit record. And once you see the time running, you know that it's recording your voice. So right now this is recording my voice. And if I am ever writing something and I want to pause to think about it, I just hit pause, and then it picks right back up when you hit play from where you started. And then when you hit done, you have to be careful, because if you hit done and you hit start over, it erases everything, and you start over from the very beginning from a white screen. If you hit save lesson, it'll ask you to title it, it'll ask you for a description, so we'll name it try for triangles. It'll ask you if you want to make it private or public, if you want to only make it available to your students. So usually I make mine private. It'll ask you for your subject area, and then you hit save, and it'll save your lesson. So your lesson will show up here, and if you want to share it, so the way that I share it with my students is I put it on my Blackboard, or if you have a web page, you can do that as well. And if you hit the link button, when you hit the share button, you can say copy lesson link, and that link will be copied. So once you hit done, you can post that link on a web page, or like I said, I post mine on Blackboard. So when my students want to watch a video, they go into their Blackboard. I uploaded it as a link, and they hit view in browser, and they can begin to watch the video that I created. Just like that. And that's all I have.